Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. And welcome back, everyone. We are in the throes of cold and flu season. I hear this all the time, even experienced it myself a couple of months ago. There's strange viruses going on out there. And I'm not talking just COVID. A lot of different things. I'm not a doctor. I don't know, but different strains have come up. People getting flus, getting pretty severe colds. Wouldn't it be great to prevent getting sick holistically? And even if you are dealing with something, instead of taking over-the-counter medication or antibiotics, using something to help you feel better. But again, holistic, Chinese medicine. We're going to learn about that today. She is somebody who practices just that, has a wonderful clinic, all different types of holistic treatments, including acupuncture, Chinese medicine, massage, fire cupping, herbals, so much more. And she's based in New York City. Dr. Kelly is back with us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Steve. How are you?
Very well, and very intrigued to talk about this today because myself and a lot of those in my world are all trying to go down a more natural, holistic route. And that's what you offer with Chinese medicine. So where do you want to begin today? Should we begin at trying to prevent getting sick or once you are sick, help you make you feel better?
Yes, actually, Chinese medicine can do both. We can prevent people get sick, and we can also treat people if they are sick already. So actually, a lot of my patients come to me say, "Hi, Dr. Kelly, I don't really. So should I still get acupuncture?" I said, everybody, including myself, have a little bit of imbalance. So in Chinese medicine, we say we adjust your balance. We don't have the medical term like cancer or such kind of term. But in Chinese medicine, we say you're a little bit imbalance. So what we do, we use acupuncture or herbal formula or cupping, whatever, to adjust your balance to normal. So when we maybe a little bit cold, then we warm you. If you're a little bit hot, we cool you down. So we adjust you to the balance, then you're not going to be sick anymore.
So when you say cold and warm or hot, and I've heard that term a few times in the past, can we look at that a little closer? As I understand it, it's a temperature, but it's not necessarily your body temperature. Please explain that.
Yes. For example, a lot of people get flu these days, right? They got a common cold. So common cold can be from kind of like just cold wind blow on you, especially on the back of the neck. So the UV channel is on the back of the neck. When people not protect your neck in the cold weather, like especially people go out for jogging, they running, they like to run every day, even in the cold weather. Mm-hmm. They running, they sweat. If they're wind cold, blow on the back of the neck, you can get a cold actually. So in that way, you may feel fever. That's kind of like hot, right? Actually, you also feel chill. You kind of like feel hot and chill together, mm-hmm. kind of, right? So in that way, in Chinese medicine, at the beginning, we call it like wind cold. So wind cold get into your body, you kind of like, feel a little bit of body ache. In Western term, you kind of like having a fever, right? Because your body try to push the virus or bacteria out of your body. So all your body immune cells are kind of like on the guard. So that's why your temperature is higher than the normal, because you're trying actually to fighting with the virus. But then after several days, you may turn to wind heat, like you have like sore throat. You may have the yellow flame coming out. So it kind of like wind cold turn to wind heat. So in that way, the cold and hot is not exactly the same as the physical cold and hot, but it's kind of like also related.
Would that, all that being said, back to, I'm intrigued with what you said regarding the back of the neck. Would it be reasonable to think that no matter what you're doing outside, if it's cold or rainy, damp, that you should protect the back of your neck?
Yes, yes. Actually, one of my patients yesterday came in and said, "Oh, I really like to go to Central Park jogging every day." I said, in general, in Chinese medicine, we don't recommend people work out too much in the winter because winter we're supposed to store our energy. We're supposed to be kind of like relax a little bit. But if you really want to go to jogging, I said protect your neck. So don't like get sweat and let the wind blow on you. Then you will have a wind cold. So then you may turn to have a fever, sore throat, etc. So that's why I always suggest people have a like scarf. Even in the summer, because in the summer we have AC, right? Thank for the technology, we don't have to suffer with the heat. But when the AC blow on you in the summer, you may also get a wind cold in the
Wow.
summer also. Yeah.
So interesting. And it's bringing back memories because my mom used to say this all the time. And she also said one thing, and I don't know if this is true or not, but, as a kid, now don't sit on the ground in the winter too. Don't sit on the ground. You'll get a cold in your stomach. I don't know if that's true or not, but she did talk about the neck. Wow. Interesting. What's going on with the prevention of this? Now, we talked about, just protecting your neck, but are you building up immunity? Are you being able to ward off different types of viruses and colds and things like that by using herbals or even acupuncture?
Yes, actually, in Chinese medicine, we have acupuncture, right? There are several points. Like one of the very good points, actually on the back of the neck, like where the C7, right below the C7. So we call it 14. In Chinese medicine, in the Pinyin, we call it the 大椎. So the biggest bone on your neck, basically. So if you have fever, you feel you have like a sore throat, you can like have this, we call it like a gua sha. If you don't have this at home, you can just use a China spoon. So it's not sharp, not gonna hurt you. You put a little bit of lotion, you just like kind of like rubbing around on the 14, the C7. So from top to below it, kind of like scrape the kind of like a virus out or the cold out. That's very helpful for the people who have fever or people who have sore throat because 14 is the point where all the young channel go there. So that's why 14 is a very good point. Of course, we can use the acupuncture to treat it, but young kids sometimes they may don't like acupuncture, so you can use gua sha, right? You can have a gua sha stone, or you can just use a spoon, like China spoon. So you can do it at home. That's very helpful. Also, like on the leg, where the stomach, we have a stomach 36. That is a very good point. We can boost immunity. We can even people call it a longevity point, like people who want to live a long life. We can use that point. That point is tonify qi and blood, also boost immunity, make you stronger. It's a major point I use for my patients. So of course it can also harmonize your stomach and spleen, make your metabolism rate is better. So we can prevent people by just boost your immunity or make you stronger. We call it tonify qi and blood.
Wow. There's so much that this has been around for centuries. This was medicine many years ago, and still is. I want to move over to herbals, and got a bottle right here. I just started taking turmeric, and I just heard it's good for you. I actually like the way it tastes. It's a little spicy zing to a glass of water, whatever it is. What are your thoughts on turmeric? And there's another name for it. Starts with a C. I can't remember how to pronounce it. What are your thoughts on this?
So actually, I have a very simple herbal formula I also want to recommend. So it's called 黄连上清丸. It's simple. It's like the tea pill. You It's like a, it's like a tea pill. It's very easy to take. Doesn't really have any like bitter taste because it's already made, you know,
In a
with
capsule.
honey. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's not that bitter, and you just drink with water. It's good for your like sore throat. Like even the eye red, or even you have the gum pain, or you have the ulceration in your mouth. Like it's a simple formula, but it's very helpful. So when people have flu or common cold, they usually have sore throat, which is very hard because they cannot even swallow, cannot even eat. And some people have gum pain, which is usually when people have gum pain, they think, oh, I have my teeth, something wrong with my teeth. I go to a dentist. Actually, to be honest, I haven't been dentist, haven't been, go to the dentist for a while because what they do, basically they say, oh, you have inflammation. What they do, give it tons of antibiotics. Or they say, oh, you need a root canal treatment. They just cut your nerves. So personally, I don't really think that is very well for our health. So instead, I would rather like just take a pill because this pill kind of like a little bit like antibiotics because it treats inflammation in that way. So, but it's herbs. Basically, in Chinese medicine, we think you have inflammation because you have the fire toxicity. So we basically drain the fire, so then you don't have inflammation, you don't have teeth pain or sore throat anymore.
What is that you showed there? I know it had a Chinese name. I was going to write it down. I don't even know if it's possible.
Yeah, so you can write down Huang, 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 like yellow, right? Lian is Lian. Huang Lian is one of the main herb here. So Huang Lian Shang is Shang, Shang. Qing is Qing. Wan is Wan, like pale. So Wan means
Wow.
pale. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's very good to treat the upper jaw inflammation, like tooth pain, eye pain, sore throat, ulceration. Like, some people have
Ulcer
ulceration
in the
in their
mouth. Yeah.
tongue. Oh, it's horrible. So this is a simple formula. And also I have syrup. It's much easier actually. Um, oh, it's called川贝枇杷膏. So
Wow.
here is the English 川贝枇杷膏. So it's also for like sore throat, phlegm. So you can buy in the like a herb store, or yeah, it's simple and easy. So I usually recommend people to have a pear, like peel it, take the core out, then put like 3 spoons of this. You cook together, you steam it. You steam it for like at least half an hour or even an hour. So this herb totally soaked in the pear. So pear itself already can nourish the lung yin. So kind of good for the coughing. So with this herb, it's even better. Can take out the phlegm, can take care of the coughing. So it's very good because in the winter you're really kind of dry, right? The winter is dry. So this pipagao is very good. Compare cook together with pear.
Wow.
It's very nice.
I actually, to your point about being dry in the winter, I sleep with a humidifier.
Oh, nice.
And
Yes.
I breathe, excuse me, so much better. It's just, what a better feeling. I just fill it up with water, press the button, go to sleep, and it just, the air is just nice. We're talking about Chinese medicine relief when you're dealing with a cold or something like that. What about prevention? Now, when I mentioned taking turmeric, I've heard that that's good just to keep you healthy. But some say it can also, along with other things, fight cancer and inflammation and all of that. Do you have any suggestions of things that, if we feel relatively healthy, but we want to just continue to be healthy and maybe, fight inflammation. Any suggestions on what we could take for that?
So to prevent us get sick, one of the thing, of course, again, go to sleep early. Have good sleep. That's always the top.
Yep.
Always the top. Okay. You have to sleep at night. Not, I couldn't sleep at night. I sleep in the daytime. No, that's not the same. Our liver need to be rejuvenate at night. Okay. Our kidney also. So please go to sleep no later than 11 p.m. That's what I suggest all my patients. No later than 11. You got to go to sleep. Okay. Without good sleep, whatever you do not gonna help. Okay. So good sleep is the top on the top. Okay.
Yep.
The second thing is eat proper food, right? So in Chinese medicine, in Huangdi Neijing, which is kind of like the Bible of the Chinese medicine, it mentioned about, there are several things can keep us be healthy and prevent us to get sick. When we talk about sleep, right? You go to sleep at night. You go to outside in the daytime when the sun is rising. You go outside, you work or you work out. But at night, you relax. You stay at home. So as a gentleman, you should stay at home at night and go outside in the daytime. So in general, to tell people we should sleep at night. Okay. The second is to eat properly, which means don't eat too much. Okay. A lot of us, including myself, sometimes when we see delicious food, we overeat. Actually, in a healthy way, we should only eat 70% full, but a lot of time we eat 120.
I did last night, and it was leftovers from the day before, and it was Italian food. I usually don't eat a heavy meal like that. And to your point, I was like, you know what? It's not going to last any longer. Let me just eat it all. I did not feel that good after I ate it. I felt just heavy and just. You're 100% right. This in our culture, where even when you go to a restaurant, they give you these huge portions, and just 3 meals in one portion, essentially.
Yeah, that's true. So to be healthy, to prevent us get sick, is don't overeat. Okay, because in Chinese medicine, we think the spleen. We use the yang qi to actually digest food. It's not only we just, we eat, then we can have nutrition, but we need our energy or our yang qi to digest that food. So when you overeat, actually you're consuming your energy, you're consuming your yang qi, right? In Chinese medicine, we talk about yin and yang. So when you overeat, actually you're overusing your energy, basically. You should use later on for your life. So don't overeat, please. That's the second thing. Don't overeat. And also don't eat the wrong food. Wrong food, I mean like drink the ice cold water or soda or eat like raw food, including like salad. People think, salad is healthy because it's vegetable. Yes, vegetable is healthy, we need it, but salad is raw, it's not cooked. So when you eat anything raw, our body have to use extra energy, kind of like to warm up like food. If you eat something already cooked, it's much easier for the spleen and the stomach to digest like food. So when you eat raw food, you kind of like put like extra burden on your spleen to digest it, to turn into some nutrition our body can use.
Wow.
So I wouldn't suggest anybody eat salad. Please, you can just boil it, like put some salt or a little bit of oil or whatever, or you can fry it, but I don't recommend people eat raw food, okay? So that's another thing about eat properly. Third thing is don't eat too much fruit, especially the fruit not harvest in the season we are in right now. For example, in the winter, there is no watermelon in New York, right? Please try to don't eat too much watermelon. Don't eat not the seasonal fruit. Fruit already cold on the cold side in Chinese medicine. If you eat too much and seasonal fruit, you put a lot of cold into your body also. So
Wow.
eat the right size of the food. Don't overeat and eat the, just seasonal food. Okay.
So many questions. Salad, if you were to have a salad, obviously the lettuce is not cooked. Just saying, and it's kind of challenging to cook the lettuce. But the vegetables you put in there, would this make sense? Say you want to eat a salad. It's relatively healthy, good fiber, not a lot of calories. You have the lettuce, which is not cooked. You're going to add some vegetables. I love peppers, but you could cook them. They taste even better, in my opinion. And then if you wanted to add a protein in there, if you put in chicken that has already been cooked. Key point here, need to know, if you eat the cooked chicken cold, is that okay? It's been cooked, but the temperature is cold. Is that okay?
No, I wouldn't suggest anybody eat anything cold.
That's okay.
If you, for example, people like sushi, right? Sushi is cold. If you really, really love sushi, please eat the ginger. When you go to the sushi restaurant, they give you ginger on the set also, right? So eat the ginger, eat the wasabi, because the ginger and the wasabi can kind of like warm up a little bit.
Okay. So I'm getting it now. Okay. So
Yeah.
It's not necessarily temperature. It's the heat of the food is equally as important.
Both the temperature and the nature.
Interesting. Wow. So what I'm getting from you, Dr. Kelly, is can be a good thing to add some spice to your food.
For example, if you're like a cold person or you got a common cold on set, just got it the right away. Yeah, you can have a little bit chili. You can have a little bit ginger, have a little bit wasabi. That's fine. Because you're cold, right? You need to warm up, sweat that virus out. That's why sometimes we have the formula like ma huang tang, right? Ma huang is the main herb over there to sweat, to make the virus get out of your body. So on set, yes, that's fine, but not every day. I don't suggest people eat chili every day.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Just about out of time. Got to ask this question. We're talking about food portions and such. Fasting. I have a friend who has started fasting, but he uses the sleep time too. So he'll fast for, I don't know, maybe 18 hours, something like that. But that starts at his 6 p.m. dinner. So he has dinner at 6 p.m. Now we go to 6 a.m. You've already used up 12 hours, essentially, after dinner, then sleeping. And then he doesn't eat until about 12 noon. Basically skips breakfast. Is that good to do occasionally on a regular basis? What are your thoughts?
I think it's good for the people who don't have a lot of exercise. Like, for example, a lot of people, they just work in front of computer all day, but I don't recommend young kids, who running around a lot, who still developing. I don't recommend athletes doing it because they are too active. They are using their, body to do, sports all the time. But for the normal people, we just sit in front of a computer whole day. Yes, I think that's good because in general, we already overeat. Almost everyone. I'm not saying everyone, but like including myself even. I know everything about health, but even myself, sometimes I overeat. So in that way, I don't really work out that much. So fasting is good. So you can have good sleep and you have enough nutrition.
Final question. Go to bed at 11 o'clock. I get you. Exactly what you said. Before I get to this question, I did morning radio for many, 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 many years, and I would never get enough sleep. And every spring, as soon as the weather changed, and maybe there was hair on the back of my neck, I would always get sick. Every single year. It was almost like clockwork. Here comes April. All of a sudden, I'm sick. Now I'm down for a few days. Got a cold, not feeling well. And it doesn't happen anymore because I changed my hours and I sleep. So there's a lot of credence in what you said. If you go to bed at 11 p.m., when do you feel is the last time you should eat? Many say, don't eat before you go to bed. When's the last time we should eat?
Well, usually I wouldn't suggest people eat after 7.
Okay.
So 7 is kind of like latest time you should have dinner. So if you're doing the 16-8 fasting, you can just count, right? Actually, in Chinese medicine or even in the Taoist, people say don't eat after afternoon, but this afternoon is not really like certain, like 3 p.m. or 6 p.m.
Right.
So in general, mean don't eat like late, kind of like, so you have enough time to digest your last meal of the day, then you can have a peaceful sleep. Because if you have a late dinner, in Chinese medicine, we say 胃不和则卧不安, because your stomach is still digesting food, then you're gonna disturb your sleep. So if you eat an early dinner, you have enough time to digest the food. You can have a peaceful sleep.
Fascinating. Learned so much today and also validated a lot of things I was thinking, and I'm sure others. Your website is Kelly121acupuncture.com. You're located in New York. If somebody wants to, even if somebody's not in New York, I'm thinking that they could probably reach out to you on a consultation level where you could direct them even herbal medicine and such. Am I right about that?
Yes, they can call me at 347-885-1865, or they can go to my website, submit a form.
Wonderful talking with you, Dr. Kelly. Thanks for all the insight and information. Really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. Be well. We'll be right back. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.